Well guys, it's been 2.5 months, and since BL's blowing up, you know exactly what time it is. Hey guys, it's InfraredGod, and I'm finally back with another Pokemon Break Bronze video. Sorry about my inactivity, but we all know December was a very dark time for Break Bronze. The game was about as dry as it could be, and there really wasn't much to make content off of. I'm sure there would have been if I tried digging, but I was very burnt out from PvP content and I needed a break. In today's video, I'll be giving players a detailed breakdown of Bronze Legacy's AI, because God knows, them players are not going to figure it out by themselves, even though it's documented in the Discord server, link in the description. With introductions out of the way, let's get started. The AI of Bronze Legacy follows a very specific pattern. It has 8 different checks that all fulfill a certain purpose. Let's go through them by order since the AI will do the exact same thing. Firstly, if the AI has a manual strategy, it'll use that first. This is usually for something like hazard stacking or removal, and you'll only find this strategy being used for important fights such as rival fights, gym battles, Eclipse admins, or Cypress. An example of this would be the first gym leader's Geodude, which uses Stealth Rock on the first turn. Since hazard stacking in Bronze Legacy is usually done immediately or whenever hazards just aren't on your field, this is pretty exploitable, hence the focus sash on the Geodude. So if you have something that outspeeds and one-hit KOs it, you will have Stealth Rock on your field regardless, but you'll be able to feint the Geodude without taking any damage yourself. The rest of these checks apply to every trainer in the game, with check number 2 stating that if your Pokemon can be KO'd by a priority move, the AI will always select it. All of Bronze Legacy's modified teams are documented with a spreadsheet, so you can analyze movesets, items, levels, and the team itself beforehand. That way you can easily plan ahead for these fights if you don't know what you're getting into. I'm mentioning the spreadsheet now because it'll help for every AI check starting with this one. The next AI check is pretty simple. If the AI has a setup move like Swords Dance or Calm Mind, it'll use it on the first turn. Again, this is pretty exploitable, much like how the Mons with Stealth Rock or any other type of hazard will go for those hazards immediately, so that means you can get some free damage on the first turn if you know that the Pokemon you're going up against has a setup move. The fourth step for the AI would be trying to use status inflicting moves on your Pokemon for the first 2 turns they're active. The AI won't go for this if your Pokemon already has a status condition, and the reason it's the first 2 turns instead of just the first turn is because a lot of status moves like Thunder Wave and Sleep Powder like to miss, so it gives the AI a second chance. However, this also could give you free damage if you plan accordingly. The 5th step is the AI trying to use either a healing, self-destructing, or self-switching move if it's at 50% health or lower. If you hadn't noticed, a lot of these changes are inspired by popular ROM hacks such as Pokemon Vintage White, as are some of Bronze Legacy's stat changes. But for now, let's move on to the next step the AI will take, checking if it has a move that'll KO your Pokemon, and if it does, it'll always use it. Again, this is typical ROM hack AI behavior, which you can find in not only Vintage White, but other ROM hacks like Radical Red and Emerald Kaizo. But trust me, Bronze Legacy is not trying to be that hard. The 7th condition for the AI, which is usually its default, is that if it can't KO your Pokemon, it'll use the move that deals the highest damage. If it has 2 moves that deal the same amount of damage to your Pokemon, it'll choose the move that has the highest BP. And lastly, the AI's failsafe is that it'll choose a random move like the original Pokemon Brick Bronze AI if it can't fulfill any of the other conditions. This would only apply to certain cases like a Kakuna or Metapod only using Harden, because they have no moves that can do damage or have any other substantial value. And with that said, you've reached the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.